Hi, this is Jennifer. In advance, I'd like to apologize for the odd lighting. This is my 2017 year in review, and I don't yet have the video editing skills to do this the way I would like to do it. So I'm going to do this kind of fast and simple, and hopefully it will be entertaining. First of all, I guess we should start with some overall statistics. For 2017, let me please add first a disclaimer. I read a lot of children's books. Okay, I read a lot of children's books. Having said that, I read 654 books with a total of 48,936 pages. My longest book this year was Anna Karenina by Tolstoy, and my shortest book was any of a number of easy readers that all had the same 16 pages. Okay, so quite a range. I also broke it down by category. Of those books, my biggest category was picture books. I read 269 picture books. The second category was juvenile nonfiction. Of that, I read 161 books. My next category was easy readers, 83 books. These ones were books I was reading with my daughter. She started first grade this year, did kindergarten last year, so this is kind of the tail end of kindergarten, beginning of first grade, and I homeschool her, so we do a lot of reading. My fourth category was juvenile fiction. These are the chapter books. I read 47. Fifth place was adult nonfiction. I read 20. Sixth place was tied between YA fiction and graphic novels at 15 books each. Seventh place was adult fiction, 12 books. Eighth place was tied between oddball books, things I couldn't classify anywhere else, and classics. Each of those had 8 books. After that, ninth place was YA nonfiction, just 2 books. So those were the categories. I'm sorry, the lighting on my computer keeps going bright and dim and bright and dim. So that's the total overall. From there, I thought I would go ahead and give my top books in each category. Now, I'm only going to do 5-star books. So some categories have a lot more 5-star books, and some categories, I think, don't have any. So this might not be too long. The first category was the largest category, picture books. My number one book for the year was After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santat. My next book was Seven Blind Mice by Ed Young. That's an older book, but I just got to it this year, and it's great for teaching perspective. My next one was The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. We read it before, but I finally read it with my daughter. Horton Hatches the Egg, another 5-star book. And Fortunately by Remy Charlip, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one was a surprise 5-star book. It is a pretty old picture book, but it is just really funny. It's really great. Check it out if you have the opportunity to. It was definitely wonderful. Also, Ugly Fish by Cara LaRue. This one's a few years old, but it's morbid and hilarious. I also recommend that for kind of dark humored children. It's funny, but a little morbid. Also, Mother Bruce was a 5-star book for me by Ryan Higgins. Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss. There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, the version illustrated by Sims Tabak. The Storybook Night by Helen Doherty. The Rooster Who Would Not Be Quiet by Carmen Agraditi. I really enjoyed the bilingual version. That was a lot of fun to read. The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors by Drew Daywalt. I loved that one too. Little Mouse's Big Book of Fears by Emily Gravett. This was a kind of an older one too. And it's gross in parts. There's he's afraid of things like dirty bathrooms, and I mean, who isn't afraid of that? So those were my top books in picture books. My next category was juvenile nonfiction. As soon as my internet loads, we'll be there. Alright, The Explanatorium of Nature by DK Publishing. That was my number one juvenile nonfiction. After that comes Science Comics, Dinosaurs, Fossils, and Feathers by M.K. Reed. The Secret Lives of Plants by Janet Slingerland. Martin's Big Words, The Life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by Doreen Rappaport. Ivan Brunetti's Wordplay Tune. This was a 4-star for me, but my daughter loved it, so it was a 5-star for her. The next one was Under Earth, Underwater, which is a huge, kind of large format nonfiction book. It's just a big old book, and that thing was amazing. By Alexandra Mizelinska, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So those were my tops. I mean, I have a bajillion 4-star books there that I just loved too. It was really a great year for books. I didn't really have very many at all that I didn't like. For easy readers, let's see if I had any 5 stars. I kind of doubt it, because easy reader... Oh, no, we read a lot of Mo Willems books. Elephant and Piggy are just cool. So, it's I Love My New Toy by Mo Willems. Would You Rather Be a Bullfrog, which is a Dr. Seuss book, but under his other name, Theo Lesage. Don't Be Late by Akemi Gibson. I don't remember that one. I think that was one my daughter rated 5 stars, so we let it go. Basically, every Elephant and Piggy book. My favorite of them being I really like Slop. That thing was great. Are You My Mother by P.D. Eastman. And that's really it for the easy readers. It's really hard to make a good easy reader. It just is. Alright, next was Juvenile Fiction. Let's see. Hopefully by next year I'll have the video editing skills necessary to do a better job of this. Oh, okay, there's some surprises. One, My Naughty Little Sister Storybook by Dorothy Edwards. That is an older juvenile fiction book, and I was just blown away by how enjoyable that was. It is kind of old-fashioned, but it's the kind of book where you read a chapter for bedtime. It's just, each chapter is its own story. They do build on each other a bit, but it's one of those where the end of the chapter feels like the perfect place to stop. It's just the perfect sized bedtime story. Other 5-star books were, let's see, Misty of Chincoteague by Marguerite Henry. And that was it for juvenile fiction. I was pretty stingy with juvenile fiction this year. Some 4 stars because I feel bad only listing those. Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. King of the Wind by Marguerite Henry. Heidi by Johanna Spyri. Ginny B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. The White Stag by Kate Sarity. The Jumbies by Tracy Baptiste. Full of Beans by Jennifer Holm. My Brigadista Year by Catherine Patterson? Not sure how you pronounce her name. And The Never-Ending Story by Michael End. Oh, man, it just keeps going. I should have rated more of those 5 stars. I was stingy because I was afraid. Like, 5-star feels like I'm saying, that's my favorite book of the year. So I mark them 4-star, just in case another one is like way better than that one, so that I have my 5-star book of the year. And so some of these I should have upgraded to 5 stars, but that's okay. I'll upgrade them, I'll fix them. Let's see, after that it was, looking for number 5, which is adult nonfiction. Alright. Bearing with me, no, not that. Okay, it's loading. I feel like the Jeopardy music should be going. Alright. Feminist Manifesto and 15 Suggestions by... I'm sorry, I'm not even going to attempt. I tried. Ngozi Adichie. I'm sorry, I hope that's close. The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. Sorry. Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Let's see. The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. A Long Way Home by Saru Brearley. Oh my goodness, did I forget to log... Oh, Hidden Life of Trees. I ticked that wrong. That was supposed to be a 5-star book, and I marked it 3. I'm fixing it now. Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wolleben. Honestly, just about everything I read in juvenile nonfiction, in adult nonfiction, was at least a 4-star book. With the exception of Lost City of the Monkey God. I know that's mean. I'm sorry, Lost City of a Monkey God. Alright. Next category is YA fiction. Oh, and graphics. So both of them, they're tied. So let's go to YA fiction first. Alright, okay, I have one 5-star book, and that was Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. I know that was kind of controversial, but I think that that had a super important message, and it made me look at things a whole different way, so I love that. Other 4-star books, since that was my only 5-star, were Kids Like Us by Hilary Rail, Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index by Julie Israel, Princess of Thorns by Stacey J, Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry, Salt to the Sea, We Were Liars, Agony of Bun O'Keefe by Heather Smith, Protected by Claire Zorn. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going. They were all good. Like, I basically rated everything 4 or 5 stars this year. So An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandia Menon, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erica Sanchez, Landscape with Invisible Hand by M.T. Anderson. Yeah, I didn't read a bad YA book this year. Like, I didn't read one bad YA book. They were all good. So that was pretty cool. I honestly, it was one of my best reading years, like, ever. Everything I picked up was good. Okay, so for graphic novels, the hands down winner is a book that's not out yet. It was one that I got as a ebook galley copy. That was Peanut Butter and Jelly, a Narwhal and Jelly book #3 by Ben Clanton. That one won. That's my 5-star book. Other ones I enjoyed were the Bad Guys. Basically all the Bad Guys books are listed there. There was a cool, like, nonfiction sort of graphic novel, Monet, Itinerant of Light by Selva Rubio. I read the Orange manga series by Ichigo Takano, if I'm saying that correct. I read Volume 1 and Volume 2, they were cool. The Gods Lie by Kaori Izaki. Best We Could Do. Oh man, these were... Shoot, everything on here is a 4-star too. Well, okay, except Rocket and Groot Stranded on Planet Strip Mall, which only got like 3, because blah. I'm sorry, Tom Engelberger, you can't always have a winner. That one was not a winner. This one, Summer by Mariko Tamaki, I also really loved. So, wow, it was another super category where pretty much everything was awesome. What's next? Oh, adult fiction. What did I read in adult fiction? I can't even remember. It's loading. Okay, so I was super stingy. I gave nothing a 5-star. And so my 4 stars don't make any sense, because the one that pops up first is Bridget Jones' Diary by Helen Fielding. And that doesn't really belong in first place, so I should have done this differently. But I read a whole bunch of Poldark books by Winston Graham that I loved. I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that I loved. I read The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz. I can say his name. I practiced that one a ton. Loved that. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Also loved. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Loved that. And Artemis by Andy Weir. So basically, totally everything I read in adult fiction was awesome too. Let's see what I read in classics. This should be fun. I can't remember that either. Oh yeah, Anna Karenina, duh. Man, they're all rated 4 stars too. Okay, so Anna Karenina, Epic of Gilgamesh, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis, and True Grit by Charles Portis. And again, they were all awesome, so that was cool. You really forget what a great year you had till you're reviewing this stuff, and then it's like, hey, all of this was awesome. Oh, oddball books, that's the weak category. Let's see what I threw in oddballs. Oddball books. Okay, so in here, it's just some short stories and random junk where I'm like, I don't know where to put this. So, For examples, there's the Far Side Gallery, a comic compilation, You're Only Old Once by Dr. Seuss, which isn't really a kid's book, but it's a picture book. All My Friends Are Dead by Avery Monson. So just weird stuff. And nothing that I was really overjoyed. So there's my week category there. And then the YA nonfiction. What in the world is in YA nonfiction? Whoops. The Subtle Knife for Philip Pullman somehow landed in here. That was in YA. It's a 4-star book. I really liked it. And I'm fixing that right now. So I read one YA nonfiction that got 4 stars. It was Bomb, The Race to Build and Steal the World's Most Dangerous Weapon by Steve Schenken. And yeah, I liked that one too. So that is basically my 2017 wrap-up. I'm really sorry that there aren't graphics and things in it. I'm hoping to have actually acquired some video editing skills so that maybe 2018's wrap-up will be awesome. So thank you for bearing with me if you made it all the way here. I kind of doubt it, but if you did, thank you.